Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So I have some exciting news to share, and then I have some gross news to share in regard to unions. Workers are finally gaining some power in this country. And honestly, this is the only way they're going to do it. As long as we have a corrupt and bought and paid for government, this is the only chance they have is by unionizing. Here's the deal. I shared with you guys the awesome news about Amazon, their unionization efforts, and their win in New York. And now 20 Starbucks stores have successfully voted to unionize. In fact, there were 4 stores that just voted unanimously just this week. In addition, there's over 200 stores, they're saying, that have filed to unionize and to take a vote on that. And then they say that more stores are jumping on board every single day. So the employees are saying, we actually loved Starbucks. We loved the culture. We appreciated the benefits. But when the pandemic hit, they say that it really went downhill and they started to question whether or not they could count on the company. And then they learned that the CEO, the then CEO, I should say, Kevin Johnson, had received a 40% pay increase. 40%, while Starbucks was reluctant to even pay their workers $15 an hour. We all know that now they've been forced to, basically. It's ridiculous, the disparity in the income. And so when they started to organize and with these union drives, Starbucks then got really ugly. It just got downright ugly. So they started taking action that frankly is illegal. They started union busting. They started firing workers, coming up with excuses for it. They were threatening others, allegedly, I should say. So in a final effort, it seems like just recently, to thwart this union frenzy, Starbucks decided, let's bring back our old CEO. So they brought back Howard Schultz as an interim CEO. And to say it's not going great is probably an understatement. Schultz has been traveling around the country and he's been meeting with employees at various stores to try to dissuade them from voting for a union. Well, during a recent meeting, there was a meeting at a store in Long Beach, California. He had a pretty nasty response to a question posited by a union organizer, a woman named Madison Hall. Schultz snapped at her. She asked a pretty benign question. And he said, quote, "If you hate Starbucks so much, why don't you go somewhere else?" Really? And this is exactly what some of their stockholders didn't want, because their stockholders got together and they wrote a public letter to Starbucks not that long ago, and they were urging the company to stop with the union busting tactics and their public rhetoric. They were like, lay off of this stuff. It's not good for us. And the thing is, Starbucks has always portrayed themselves as this progressive corporation. They're this progressive company. We love our employees. They even call their employees partners. They don't call them employees or workers. They're partners, quote unquote. Really? So, if I was Madison Hall, I would have said to Schultz, well, if you love and value your partners so much, why don't you pay us a living wage instead of giving your CEO a 40% raise? Oh, and by the way, during that time, they had record-breaking profits. So yeah, they could afford it, obviously. And keep in mind, Howard Schultz is the guy who ran for president. This is a man who thought that he had the wherewithal, the experience, and the temperament to be the leader of the free world, to be the president of the United States. Yet he cracks under pressure when a barista, a young, I think she's like in her early 20s, 20-something-year-old barista, asks him a simple question, and he can't even handle it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to be president. Why is it that every rich asshole out there thinks that they are qualified to run the United States, to be the president of our country? It's ridiculous. Just go sit down. Go sit yourself somewhere, as my father used to say. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know if I hear any more, but this is really good news. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.